Children's Storytime, presented by BMGFly. Assalamu alaikum. That means peace be unto you. Today we are reading Stevie by John Steptoe, with illustrations by John Steptoe. Read to you by Nia Malika Dixon. Today we are reading a very special book called Stevie by John Steptoe. He is the author and the illustrator, and I bought this book special for my birthday, which is today. I turned 50 today. I wanted to share this book with you because of how special it is for me, and I ordered it online from a special bookstore, and I'm opening it now to share with you on my birthday. This book is very special to me because it was published before I was born. But when I read it, I was 3 years old, and it was amazing. The pictures look like paintings. When I first read this book, I was 3 years old. And the power of this story opened my mind and my heart to storytelling. This was the first time in my entire life that I knew I wanted to tell stories because of how important they are, how much impact this one little story had on me as a small 3-year-old little black girl in Baltimore. Stevie by John Steptoe. To Marcia and Charles. One day, my mama told me, you're going to have a little friend come stay with you. And I said, who is it? And she said, my friend Mrs. Mack? Well, she has to work all week and I'm going to keep her little boy. I asked, for how long? She said, he'll stay all week and his mother will come pick him up on Saturdays. The next day, the doorbell rang. It was a lady and a kid. He was smaller than me. I ran to my mother. Is that them? They went in the kitchen, but I stayed out in the hall to listen. The little boy's name was Stephen, but his mother kept calling him Stevie. My name is Robert, but my mama don't call me Roberty. And so Stevie moved in with his old crybaby self. He always had to have his way, and he was greedy too. Everything he sees he wants. Could I have some of that? Give me this. Man. Since he was littler than me, while I went to school, he used to stay home and play with my toys. I wished his mother would bring some of his toys over here to break up. I used to get so mad at my mother when I came home after school. Mama, can't you watch him and tell him to leave my stuff alone? Then he used to like to get up on my bed to look out the window and leave his dirty footprints all over my bed. And my mama never said nothing to him. Look at that. Look at his shoe prints all over the bed. Now, if that was my mama, she would have told him to take his shoes off before he even came in the house. That's crazy. You don't get up on the bed with your shoes on. And then, on Saturdays, when his mother comes to pick him up, he always tries to act cute, just 'cause his mother is there. He picked up my airplane and I told him not to bother it. He thought I wouldn't say nothing to him in front of his mother. I could never go anywhere without my mother saying, take Stevie with you now. But why I gotta take him everywhere I go, I'd say. Now, if you were staying with someone, you wouldn't want them to treat you mean, my mother told me. Why don't you and Stevie try to play nice? Yeah, but I always been nice to him with his old spoiled self. He's always got to have his way anyway. I had to take him out to play with me and my friends. Is that your brother, Bobby? They'd ask me. No. Is that your cousin? No. He's just my friend and he's staying at my house and my mother made me bring him. Ha ha, you gotta babysit. Bobby the babysitter. Oh, be quiet. Come on, Steve. See, why you gotta make all my friends laugh for? Ha ha, Bobby the babysitter, my friend said. Hey, come on, y'all. Let's go play in the park. You coming, Bobby? One of my friends said. Nah, my mama said he can't go in the park because the last time he went, he fell and hurt his knee with his old stupid self. And then they left. You see, I can't even play with my friends. Man, come on. I'm sorry, Robert. You don't like me, Robert? I'm sorry, Stevie said. Oh, be quiet. That's okay, I told him. Wait, look. His friends are laughing. You gotta babysit. Bobby the babysitter. One time when my daddy was having company, I was just sitting behind the couch, just listening to them talk and make jokes and drink beer, and I wasn't making no noise. They didn't even know I was there. Then here comes Stevie with his old loud self. Then when my father heard him, he yelled at me and told me to go upstairs, just 'cause of Stevie. Sometimes people get on your nerves and they don't mean it or nothing, but they just bother you. Why I gotta put up with him? My mama only had one kid. I used to have a lot of fun before old Stupid came to live with us. One Saturday, Steve's mother and father came to my house to pick him up like always. But they said that they were going to move away and that Stevie wasn't going to come back anymore. So then they left. The next morning, I got up to watch cartoons and I fixed 2 bowls of cornflakes. Then I just remembered that Stevie wasn't here. Sometimes we had a lot of fun running in and out of the house. Well, I guess my bed will stay clean from now on. But that wasn't so bad. He couldn't help it 'cause he was stupid. I remember the time I ate the last piece of cake in the bread box and blamed it on him. We used to play cowboys and Indians on the stoop. It sounds like he misses Stevie. That's crazy. A few minutes ago, he was just complaining about Stevie, and now he misses Stevie. I remember when I was doing my homework, I used to try to teach him what I had learned. He could write his name pretty good for his age. I remember the time we played boogeyman and we hid under the covers with Daddy's flashlight. And that time we was playing in the park under the bushes and we found those 2 dead rats, and one was brown and one was black. And him and me and my friends used to cook Mickeys or marshmallows in the park. We used to have some good times together. I think he liked my mama better than his own one 'cause he used to call his mother, but he called my mama, Mommy. Oh, no. I let my cornflakes get soggy thinking about him. Man, that's Stevie. Always causing a problem. I think he misses him. What do you think? He was a nice little guy. He was kind of like a little brother, little Stevie. That was beautiful, right? By John Steptoe. And he also painted the pictures. He illustrated this himself. And this book was published back in 1969, before I was born. I was born in 1974, and it wasn't until 1977 that I got to read this book. But even though by then the book was 8 years old, it was brand new to me. And John Steptoe was only 19 when this book was published. Here is a picture of him when he first published his book. He wrote and illustrated this book, and he also went on to become a very prolific author and illustrator of his own, including a very famous book called Mufaro and His Beautiful Daughters. And he also drew pictures and illustrated other people's books as well as his own. But this book is super special. Stevie was my book. I hope you liked it as much as I did. I really enjoyed reading it with you. You can find Stevie at a library near you or a bookstore. I encourage you to get it from a bookstore. I got this one from an online bookstore, a thrift store. That's why it looks so old. It's the original printing. All right, I'll see you guys next week with another story. Bye.